Many young learners quietly carry the same secret problem in their hearts, a problem they are sometimes too shy to say out loud. And that problem is this strange feeling of understanding English when you listen or read, but suddenly losing every word when you try to speak. This was exactly the story of a gentle, hard-working young lady named Liza. She lived in a small town where English was taught in school but rarely used in daily life. Every day, she sat by the classroom window, listening carefully to her teacher explain lessons in English. She nodded her head because she understood almost everything. She smiled when she watched English cartoons at home, even laughing at jokes in movies without subtitles. Yet, whenever someone looked at her and said, "Liza, can you answer in English?" her throat felt tight, her heart began to beat like a drum, and her mind went completely blank, as if someone had erased all the vocabulary she had studied for years. She would lower her head, whisper, "I don't know," and feel embarrassed while other students spoke confidently. On the outside, people thought she was quiet, but inside, her mind was full of sentences she wanted to say but could not release, like birds trapped inside a cage. One afternoon after school, she sat alone on a bench, watching her classmates chatting freely in English club practice. She wondered why speaking seemed so easy for them, but so difficult for her. She began to think maybe she wasn't talented or smart enough. Maybe English was only for clever people. But later that evening, her older cousin Min, who had learned English by himself, noticed her sadness and asked gently, "Why do you look worried?" Liza explained, "I understand everything, but I can't speak. My mouth doesn't move." Min smiled and said something that changed her life. "Understanding is like collecting water in a bottle, but speaking is pouring the water out. If you never practice pouring, your hands will always shake." He told her that many students only train their input by listening and reading, but never train their output by speaking. It's just like someone who watches football every day but never practices kicking the ball. That night, Liza lay in bed thinking deeply and realized he was right. Every day, she listened for hours but spoke only a few words. She was waiting to be perfect before speaking, afraid that people would laugh at her mistakes, afraid that her grammar would be wrong, afraid that her pronunciation would sound strange. Yet those fears were exactly the chains holding her back. So the next morning, she made a small promise to herself. Not a big, scary promise like, "I will speak perfectly," but a tiny one. "I will speak English for 10 minutes every day." She started in the simplest way possible by standing in front of the mirror and saying, "Good morning, my name is Liza. Today I feel happy." At first, it felt silly and awkward, and she even laughed at herself, but she continued. Then, she read short children's stories aloud slowly, carefully pronouncing each word, sometimes stopping, sometimes repeating the same sentence 5 times, until her tongue felt comfortable. After a week, she added a new habit. She would listen to one short story and then close the book and try to retell it in her own words, not caring if the sentences were broken. Min had told her that fluency is not about perfect grammar, but about continuous speaking, like a river that keeps flowing, even if there are small rocks. During those first days, she made many mistakes. She said he go instead of he goes. She forgot simple words like umbrella or market, and sometimes she mixed her native language with English. But instead of stopping, she learned to smile and continue, because she realized communication was more important than perfection. Slowly, something magical began to happen. Her brain started connecting ideas faster, sentences came more naturally, and her mouth didn't freeze as much. She noticed that the more she spoke alone, the less afraid she felt speaking with others. So she challenged herself again by talking to her pet cat in English, describing what she was cooking to her mother in simple English words, and recording her voice on her phone to listen to it. Although she didn't like how she sounded at first, she could hear improvement every week. One day, her teacher announced a storytelling activity where each student had to tell a short story in front of the class. Normally, Liza would pray not to be chosen, but this time she felt a small spark of courage, the result of all those quiet 10-minute practices. When her name was called, her legs trembled as she walked to the front. Yet she remembered all the evenings talking to the mirror, all the mornings reading aloud, all the tiny steps she had taken. She began, slowly at first, "This is a story about a little bird." And although her voice shook and she paused to search for words, she did not stop. She kept going, sentence after sentence, like climbing a mountain step by step. When she finally finished, something surprising happened. Her classmates clapped, not because she was perfect, but because she was brave. In that moment, she understood a powerful truth that many learners forget. Speaking is a skill built through action, not thinking. Through practice, not waiting. And that fear disappears only when you walk through it. From that day forward, English was no longer a silent subject trapped inside her head, but a living language she could use to express her dreams, her jokes, her ideas, and even her mistakes. Months later, when new students said, "I understand English, but I can't speak," Liza gently smiled and shared her story. She told them that fluency is not magic or talent, but daily courage, that even 10 minutes a day can change everything. That your mouth must practice as much as your ears, and that mistakes are not enemies, but teachers. Step by step, word by word, anyone can turn quiet understanding into confident speaking, just like she did. Because the difference between I know English and I speak English is simply the decision to open your mouth and try. In the end, Liza finally understood something simple but life-changing. The distance between understanding English and speaking English is not intelligence, not talent, not expensive courses, but courage and daily practice. Language is not meant to live quietly inside your head like a dictionary on a shelf. It is meant to be alive, moving, making sounds, making mistakes, and growing stronger every day. As she looked back at her journey, she realized that every small moment mattered. Every time she spoke to herself in the mirror, every time she read one story out loud, every time she felt embarrassed but continued anyway, those tiny actions were like drops of water filling a bucket, and little by little, that bucket became full of confidence. She remembered the days when her heart used to race and her mind went blank, and she almost laughed. Now she could talk with her friends, answer questions in class, tell stories, even help younger students practice their English. What once felt impossible now felt natural, like breathing. She learned that fear only looks big when you stand still, but when you take one step forward, it becomes smaller and smaller until it disappears. She wanted every learner to know that you, Dan T, have to wait until you are perfect to speak, because perfection never comes first. Practice comes first, and fluency is born from thousands of imperfect sentences, from brave attempts, from trying again tomorrow even when today felt difficult. So if you are listening to her story and thinking, "This is me, I understand, but I can't speak," remember that you are not alone and you are not weak. You simply haven't trained your voice yet. Just like learning to ride a bicycle or play a song on the piano, your mouth and brain need time to work together. And if you give yourself only 10 or 15 minutes every day to speak, to read aloud, to tell stories, to describe your day, you will slowly feel the change. Your tongue will move faster, your thoughts will come clearer, and your confidence will grow stronger, and one day you will suddenly realize that you are speaking without fear, without translating, without stopping. That moment will feel like opening a door to a bigger world full of new friends, new opportunities, and new dreams. And that is the true gift of learning English, not just passing exams, but connecting with people and expressing who you really are. As Liza walked home under the warm evening sky with her books in her arms and a smile on her face, she knew that the quiet, shy girl who once hid from speaking had disappeared, replaced by someone brave, someone confident, someone who understood that success is built from small daily steps. And if she could transform her voice, then anyone can, including you. Starting today, starting now, with just one simple sentence spoken out loud. Thank you for listening. Please follow our channel for more stories to help you learn English.